welcome back to another vlog. Born and raised in Prescot. And again, I've gone abroad. I'm in the township of Whiston. Whiston, as you may know, was one of the Prescot townships, one of 15 townships, making the parish of Prescot the biggest parish in southwest Lancashire. Now, Whiston, I've got my notes here just so I know what I'm talking about. Whiston was one of these troublesome type of townships. The townships had lots of problems keeping them together for a start, and each township had their own kind of idiosyncrasies. Whiston was no different, and Whiston, together with Rainhill and Cronton, right, and Farnsworth and Cronton, said Cronton twice.
Cronton must have been
witness. They were troublesome, right? They were troublesome because in we're talking about medieval times here.
Oh, not present day then.
Not present day. They're quite amenable today, but in previously in medieval times, they had to pay tithes to the parish of Prescot, which meant paying money. Tithes was like 10% of the harvest, because this was mainly an agricultural township. So 10% of the harvest went to the parish of Prescot, which meant Prescot Township, where the mother church was, St. Mary's. And a lot of the southern townships resented this, because as today, you know, when you pay for something, you expect something in return. And so the parishes went up in arms, and the southern parishes wanted to split from Prescot altogether. They thought, well, they're not being represented, and they're not getting enough in return for their tithes. So it's the same politics that happens today when you pay for something and you don't get anything in return for them. Anyway, that's the history of but I think we've made it up now. You know, I mean, Whiston is very much part of well, I wouldn't say it's part of Prescot, but we're in partnership with Whiston. We're very much, we've got a thing. Now, years ago, and we were talking about 1245 here, it used to be called Quitstan. This is the original term for Whiston. We don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it's come from. Maybe I should do some more research, because it's a fascinating place, Whiston, and it has got about as much history as Prescot has in itself. Quiston, Wystan, Whiston, Wigstan, all different spellings of Whiston, until in 1355 it actually stuck on the name of Whiston that it is today. So yeah, it's a fascinating place, agriculturally based. A lot of coal mining happened in Whiston, which we all know about the coal mines, Whiston coal mines, or Cronton and places like that. So today I'm outside St. Luke's on Shore Lane. Now, many of you will know St. Luke's. St. Luke's is a Roman Catholic church. It was built in the 1930s, I think. But I've got, you may remember my last video that I did on St. Leo's. Well, I've got Jed, who's a local historian and parishioner, Jed Holiday, who's gonna give us a little tour of St. Luke's Church and tell us a bit about the history of St. Luke's. You may remember St. Luke's as a child. They had lots of garden fetes and various things going on at St. Luke's. So let's go in and have a look down at St. Luke's. Okay, this is Jed Holiday. Jed Holiday? Who we met last time in our last video, and he's a local historian and is a parishioner of St. Luke's, and St. Jed's.
St. Leo's.
St. Leo's. St. Leo's.
St. Jed's.
Yes, it wasn't St. Jed's.
Well, I was named after the saints.
Oh, were you?
Named after, oh, right. Yeah.
St. Jed of Magella.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's an honorary title.
Yes. So we all remember this church. I mean, in the 1960s, I remember they had garden fetes and various fairs and stuff going on around here, around Whiston. A lot of my family came from Whiston.
Round the back.
Round the back at the back of the, yeah, there. And so we all remember it, but I don't believe I've ever been in to the church itself.
Well, where we're standing at the moment, now where we've got a tea making room and the toilets,
Yes.
originally was where the, what do they call them? Where they used to sell all the souvenirs, like the pictures for First Communion and
Yes.
confirmation and what
Yeah.
have you. And then it fell into disrepair. Well, it fell into disuse.
Yes.
And then they had these built to hold functions
Yeah. Yeah.
in the church. That'll come a bit later on about the hoo-ha that went on over that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right, the initial history to start with was actually parishioners walked from Our Lady's to here. And again, like going back to St. Leo's, this was part of the Holsmead estate, because this was where Shaw Lane Farm was. And as I was saying, the parishioners walked from Our Lady's to here, planted a cross, and the first church was actually a marquee. And that got blew away in the gale.
Yeah.
I heard
As
about
they
this
do.
marquee.
And then a lady from St. Bart's gave the parish priest money, and he went down to the mystery where there was a farm buildings sale on, and he bought a shed.
In Wavertree, the mystery.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
No.
bought the shed from there.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
He bought a shed from Wavertree.
yeah, it was a farm.
A shed.
A shed
So it went from a marquee
to a shed.
To his
that
shed.
got blown down in a gale,
Yeah,
and then it went to a shed
yeah,
here. Where
Yeah.
so they planted a cross here.
yeah.
They built a. They had a marquee, and
And then
they
they acquired
worshipped
a
in a
shed
market, and then
from the
they had
mystery.
a shed
Yeah,
before this. That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the shed was further over.
Oh, I see.
By the school field.
Right.
Now this,
So this was all farmers' fields. This was
Yes.
in a field that
yeah.
the farmer
It's,
had allowed it to happen.
Father Hugh Fitzpatrick was the first parish priest here, and he still resided at Prescot for the time being.
Oh.
The first recorded baptism in the hut, and that was recorded on the 2nd of October 1938.
Oh, right.
Now, the foundation stone, which you'll have to go down the side for, I'll show you after, was laid by Dr. R. Downey, Archbishop of Liverpool, on the 16th of September 1939. And the actual thing was opened on the 14th of June 1940 by Canon Meyer of St. Helens. The architects are Mr. S. Stevenson Jones, and the building work was undertaken by Noon and Company. Right, just look over here. Right. Now, what you see there now is nothing to what the original altar was like.
Right. Okay.
And if you want to come and have a look,
Yeah.
that's the original altar.
So,
Now that was built out of synthetic marble.
oh right.
This is,
Can I have a look
another one.
inside?
There was steps at the back of the altar.
Oh, right.
And as I say, that was the first of its kind. It was a synthetic marble of a greenish shade. And it was made by the ICI.
So it formed in
1937,
1937, was it?
Yeah.
And it it was this building was actually finished in 1940, was it?
1939, 1940.
1939-40, and then there was the outbreak of war.
Yeah.
So was it finished before
It was finished before the war. You see,
before the war? So it wasn't stopped or anything?
you know, with war imminent, and yet we've built this church
Wow.
to peace
Yeah.
type of thing, you know. So as I say, now, oops, there again is it's in all its glory. You can see the monstrance at the top there,
Yeah.
and as I say, it used to be steps. Now this gentleman, Father Bernard Hyam, he was the longest serving PP that was at the parish. Now, he was followed by the shortest PP.
It barely lasted a year.
Barely a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, Bernard Hyam was here for about 13, 14 years, if I remember rightly. Yeah, 19, so that's one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as I say, that's all. Now this is an interesting one. Father Reynolds. He come first of all as the curate to the church. Then, when the short PP was gone, he come back as PP.
Long standing.
Okay, what does PP stand for, just
Parish
in case?
priest.
Parish priest. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, just to clear it up
I
for
know
the
that,
lay
Phil.
person. I know, but people watching this might not know that's what it means.
You see, the likes of John Hennigan, he left here to take over the child protection,
Right.
to set it all up and
Yeah.
sort it all out.
Yeah.
Father Prince, he was not so bad. Now this one, he's the only one that's ever done it. He died in situ, Father Peter Fox.
Oh. 2021.
Yeah,
How old was he? He would be.
I think he was in his 70s. He was
70s.
coming up to near retirement.
Yeah.
And he, now what I said before about causing arguments, him and his assistant, Sister Eileen, what they did was cleared out half of these benches, I think, to, can I just get
Yeah.
past you a minute? I think it was this one. So all them were taken out initially, both sides. So there was a big space at the back. And this is where they used to hold meetings and stuff like that then.
Yeah.
Since Father's come back, he's reinstated the benches. You see, as you can see from over there, you see the way the chairs are in there. That's where, that to the back wall used to be the benches. And the same
same.
staff
On the opposite
side
side.
went
Yeah.
to the back. So,
Shall we have a look round the church, because
Yeah.
this really interests me. This
you see, if you want to come this way,
and which way?
Is that
This
your
down
cap,
here.
Phil?
Yeah. That's my cap.
you see, originally these two here and then two over there were
Yeah.
confessional boxes. See, what you used to have was the priest would be in this side,
Yes.
And
and
you.
the parishioner would go in that side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, confessional boxes. If you're a Catholic, you'll know what they are.
Yeah.
If
I
you're
know what
not
they
a
are.
Catholic, you know what they are.
I know what
see,
they are.
I'm a
Again, that
Church of
gives you
England.
a better idea of how much was taken
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
originally the seating capacity, if memory serves me right, was with all the benches in, was for 450 people.
Oh, I see.
Amount, yeah.
And again, over the years, different bits have been altered and changed. You see, like the windows,
Yeah.
they used to have stained glass around the edge.
Right. So they've been place.
Yeah,
sometimes.
because of the Vandals as usual.
Yeah, yeah.
So as I
So they
say,
were more ornate, basically.
yeah,
I'm just thinking about the church being more ornate, you know, because when Our Ladies and the
you're talking about a different era.
yeah,
again.
I know. But also, you just showed me a photo of the altar, which was very ornate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very ornate used
Well, as I say,
kind of
at the
marble.
time, it was the first synthetic marble
Ah, right.
ever used,
Yeah.
and it was used here. You
Yeah.
can see, it's painted over now, but these were something similar.
Yeah. See, it's got a certain softness about it now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
This is when decorated.
No, pillars of arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all been painted.
No.
You see, also here, down this space here,
Yeah.
used to be where the pulpit was.
So the pulpit is here.
Yeah. The old-fashioned,
Yeah.
instead of giving off the altar like they do now,
So you'd have it here.
here, and they go up some steps, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and that one was
Be
telling
about
you
that
about,
height, wouldn't it?
yeah, telling you about Father White. He was one. When you come to his mass, he'd be going on, and you'd be.
So you'd be here for hours, basically.
No, you'd be like that, and then all of a sudden he'd let out a roar.
Shout
You'd go,
at you.
whoa, what's going on?
Just to see if you're still awake.
Yeah, as I say,
You're paying attention.
These altars, you see, the likes of that chair. Yeah. You want to go
Yeah,
up
I'll
and see?
have a look. Can the start go on?
Yeah,
Okay.
Marble chair.
Oh, wow.
that actually come from St. Swithin's in Liverpool. Father Malcolm Prince, he was down there, and when they shut that down, he got that and the altar.
Ah.
Nice.
See, this is Our Lady's altar, as they call it. Now this has only been put up in the past few years. It contains oils and stuff
Yeah.
and that was donated, well, money was donated, and Father Fox thought they would have.
So that's got kind of oils in it. What kind of are they?
They'd be like anointed oils.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're used in a service.
Yeah. There's ones used given the last rites and things like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You see where the altar is now, or the tabernacle.
Yeah.
Now, if you think how high up that used to be,
On the first
with the
bit.
first one,
Yeah. It's much down and slim now and sort of
yeah,
minimalistic now, isn't it?
yeah. Well, that altar, I think, I'm not sure whether it was with that chair or whether it's been changed over, but we got the chair, altar, and I think the lectern from St. Swithin's, where
Right.
Father Malcolm Prince was.
Okay, that was a fascinating look inside St. Luke's Church in Whiston, Shore Lane, as many of you will know and remember. It's a fascinating church, built in the 1930s, definitely 1930s architecture, but there's something that harks back to very early times. I remember going into a church quite recently from the 1700s, and it had the same kind of architecture, architecturally inside anyway. It harks back to a much earlier period of Catholic worship. Yeah, so it's really interesting outside as well. Very brutalist, I'd say, brutalist 1930s architecture. That was all the thing. It was cutting edge at the time, a bit as cutting edge as the Theatre North is today. It's with its brutalist design as well, very much related to that. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog from the Township of Whiston, part of the Prescot Townships, obviously, you know, when we were much bigger than we are today. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next vlog. Thanks to Jed Holiday for showing us around, local historian, and yeah, please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe and ring the bell notification for more videos, for notifications, and leave a comment below, show on your social media as well. These are the things you've got to say when you've got a YouTube channel. I don't know why, but I say them and it seems really odd to me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.